Okay, so all the headlines about AI right now, they're all focused on speed and power and who has the biggest model. But that's not the real story. The real story, the one that actually matters to you, is something else entirely. It's a battle for you.
Right? This huge conflict that we're seeing unfold? It isn't about who can write the most clever code or who has the fastest processors.
No. The real prize, the thing they're all after, it's your life. It's everything that makes you, well, you.
So we're diving into what is really a hidden war in the world of AI. And the prize, the thing they're all fighting tooth and nail for, is something called personal context.
So what is this personal context anyway? What makes it the ultimate prize for all these tech giants?
Well, think of it this way. Personal context is what turns a generic, one-size-fits-all AI into something that feels like it actually gets you. It's the difference between asking a stranger for directions and asking your best friend who already knows you hate crowds and love quiet side streets. That's the power we're talking about.
And this context, it comes from everywhere. I mean, your emails, the photos and videos on your phone, your chat history, the files on your desktop, even your search history and your health data. It all comes together to create this unique digital fingerprint, basically a map of your entire life.
Okay, so now that we know what they're fighting for, let's map out the battlefield. Let's look at the key players and see how they're each trying to stake their claim on this incredibly valuable territory.
And what you see is that each company is carving out its own little empire. They're all trying to own a different piece of your digital life, playing to their strengths and the unique data they have access to.
So you've got Anthropic's Claude, which is trying to get inside your desktop to understand your files. Then there's OpenAI, building its memory from all your chat conversations. And of course, Grok, which is tapping right into the live wire of your social life on X. 3 different companies, 3 totally different fronts in this war.
But while they're all fighting on these separate fronts, one company just made a massive move. A real all-out assault. And yeah, I'm talking about Google.
What Google is doing is taking its AI, Gemini, and plugging it directly into, well, everything. Your Gmail, your photos, your search history, your YouTube. They're connecting all the dots and calling it personal intelligence. And this is where it gets kind of mind-blowing. Let's say you ask Gemini to plan a trip. Instantly, it can dive into your Gmail and find your flight dates. At the same time, it can scan your Google Photos and see, hey, this person loves taking pictures of mountains. And boom, it puts it all together and creates a hyper-personalized itinerary just for you. That's the power of integrated context. And this move, it made a lot of people in the industry think, wow, that might just be checkmate. I mean, Google is leveraging decades of your data. How do you even begin to compete with that? It's like they've built this massive, unbeatable fortress of data. So, is that it then? Is the battle over before it really began? It kind of feels like it, right? With that seemingly insurmountable advantage? But actually, no, not even close.
Because there are still these huge, unconquered territories of personal context out there. And there's another giant in this fight.
And that giant is, of course, Apple. They hold a totally different, but you could argue equally powerful set of your data. You see, while Google has a lock on your digital life, your searches, your emails, Apple has a stronghold on your personal life through your messages and the files sitting right there on your device.
Just think about it. For a lot of us, the context locked inside iMessage, all those personal chats, private photos, shared links, that stuff is way more intimate and maybe even more valuable than what's just sitting in an email inbox.
But here's Apple's real ace in the hole, the hardware. They own the device in your hand, the watch on your wrist, the buds in your ears. Things like AirPods, they're a direct gateway to your physical world, to your real-life interactions. And that unlocks a whole new layer of context that, frankly, Google just can't touch.
So yeah, Google's move was a huge deal, a major shot fired. But this war, it is far from over. You could say it's really just getting started.
Because the ultimate winner here isn't going to be the company with the best software. No, it's going to be the platform that manages to bring together the most complete picture of your life, both your digital and your physical world.
And that's the bottom line. This whole battle for personal context is going to completely reshape our relationship with technology. It's going to make everything deeply, deeply personal. Because the AI that ultimately wins, it won't just be an expert on the internet, it'll be an expert on you.